Greetings and good day. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about how finishing up projects is such an important skill to have. Have you ever started a project, not finished it, and then started another project? And then you maybe start another project, and then before you know it, you have like 50 projects started. What happened to that first project? It never got finished. It's just sitting there hanging out. Don't you feel bad for that project? I do, because I used to be one of those kinds of people. I used to start project after project. I have hundreds, if not thousands, of folders of just unfinished projects. They're probably never going to get finished, but who knows, maybe someday I'll take a gander and look at my old files, go finish some of those up again. I don't know, but I do know I have, over the years, learned to start finishing projects, so I stopped getting out of that bad habit of making a project. You don't want to do that. It hinders you learning new things. It slows you down from being able to show off more stuff and just feel better about having more stuff made. All in all, I say make more projects. And I'm not the only one. I know a good handful of people who are still in this, and I hope they can get out of it because it's so sad to see someone working on the same project for years and years and years. Now, I know it can be tough as an artist to get absorbed in those little details and, just want to change this one little thing and change this one little thing. I came back to it the next day and, you know what? Let's start over. I don't like any of it. You can get stuck in this loop where you just keep on changing and changing because creating things, there can be infinite changes. There's no such thing as officially done. Only you are the decider of when this project is finished or not. So if you are one of those people who keeps on changing things forever and you're just stuck in one project for years and you keep on making new projects and don't get projects finished, stop it. Just stop it. I'll go over some things that has helped me over the years, but I just want to talk about this a little bit and how important it is to finish your projects, get more projects out, and stop being stuck. Another thing to keep in mind is motivation. Let's say you're working on a project for a year. I'll just go with that. You're spending so much time, hundreds of hours, thousands of hours on this project, and you finally get it done. It's a masterpiece. It's the greatest thing. That is great, and I'm sure you feel fantastic about finally creating that project that has taken a year to create. Now, time to make another one. Do you have the motivation to do it? I don't know. I know when I have been stuck in long projects that have taken upwards between 6 months and a year, I didn't want to do anymore. I said, you know what? That was a lot of work. I learned a lot doing it. It was fun at some points, but most of the time it was kind of a drag and it just became monotonous and brain melting. You got to keep motivation in mind. You want to keep yourself motivated in the thing you love doing. And if you keep on stepping on yourself by making your projects extending out to these extreme lengths of time it takes to create, for me personally, that is just, it kicks the motivation down. I don't want to do it anymore. So just keep that in mind when you're starting these long projects and you're having a hard time finishing. And by the way, this applies to all creative fields, whether you're in music, art, video, it doesn't matter. I think this is just kind of a work ethic lesson here I'm trying to teach you. So anyway, if you're just starting out creating whatever it is that you're creating, just expect that it's not going to be the best. Don't expect the first time you pull up that pencil and paper, you're going to be drawing a Mona Lisa at first. That's just not going to happen. That's not how it works. You got to make a billion bad drawings before you get to that Mona Lisa or whatever it is that you're making. Another cool thing about creating more projects as opposed to less is you get to see your progress kind of be built up over the years. You get to see where you started and see where you're at. If you have less projects, there's less kind of gaps to see in between the progress of you're actually making. And that's kind of a cool thing that I actually really enjoy YouTube for. Just uploading my videos. I get to see all the videos and contents I was creating before, like years ago, and where I'm at now. And then that just, seeing where I was at and where I'm at now is just like, it feels good to see the progress. And you can see it going up over the years. And then there also, you can kind of look at the future a little bit. I mean, I don't have a third arm, but I mean, like, I can imagine my third arm's going to be like over here in like 10 years. Like, I'm excited to see that progress just keep on going up. So that's another really good reason to keep on making more content. So a personal example for me that happened actually in my last video, my last little vlog video type thing I was doing. I had some sort of setting not too great on my recording software. So my microphone was really hissy sounding. It was not good. And I have like a pretty decent microphone. I'm running a Shure SM7B and a preamp. Regardless, I have good equipment. So when I have good equipment that I've invested time and money into learning and buying and all this stuff, I feel like I should be getting my money's worth out of it. I didn't know that the audio was bad until I got to editing, by the way. My first instinct was, oh man, the audio's crap. I gotta redo it. But then luckily I've taught myself, no, we're gonna keep this footage even though the audio is crap, because it's less motivating to me to keep on redoing something over and again and again and again. Now, if this was something that was needed to be like 100% professional, or I was like being hired to do something or for a company, that's a completely different story. You should always, spend the time and make it good on that end. But if you're doing things more for yourself, I mean, you don't need to be spending 1,000 hours drawing a freckle on a butt of a bug or whatever it is you're doing. So, a little advice from me. If you're having troubles finishing projects and you just keep on starting new ones, try setting yourself some personal deadlines. And you got to hold yourself accountable for this, because all comes down to you. For me, like I told myself I was going to have weekly releases of my music videos coming out once a week. So setting myself that time limit told myself that no matter where I was at, I needed to make sure I had a way to have my stuff released on that day, which means I had to sacrifice a lot of creative ideas that I had. There was a lot of things I wanted to do in my music videos that there just simply wasn't enough time because I set that weekly limit for myself. You could try setting yourself other limits as well. For example, if you know in your project that something you do just takes a lot of time, you could try saying that you're not going to use so much of that in your project. For example, let's say I was doing a visual effects project where I needed explosions or something like that. Now, I can go and spend time like looking and rendering extremely high explosions that would take, a couple days to render out or whatever it is. But if I set myself beforehand a time limit and say, you know what, is it really that important to spend 2 days for this 3-second explosion that I need in my visual effect or my game or whatever it is? It all comes down to time, I guess, really. Set yourself time limits for things. Try to hold yourself accountable to those time limits. Tell yourself that you're going to have a project finished by a certain time. So I know this advice is a little bit vague, but I mean, again, I think this applies to all creative fields. Maybe not just creative fields either. I do know it is important that you're able to finish your projects, because you don't want to be stuck floating around in limbo, just having thousands of unfinished projects. It's very unmotivating. It's not a fun feeling, and it feels like it just slows you down and you're not going anywhere when you don't actually see a finished project. Having something finished, tangible, to show off to yourself as a finished project, to show to your friends and family and the world, it's a beautiful thing. And I hope someone's able to finish their project, whatever project that is that they're doing. I'm done rambling for now. I hope you all have a good day.